Well, hello everyone. I'm Blair Bryant with the Steller Group. I'm one of the lead listing agents with our team.
And I'm Emily Lomborg. I'm a co-owner and I specialize in working with buyers.
And we're here today to talk about the first quarter of 2021, the year ahead, because we've all been talking about we cannot wait for 2020 to be over, to be through what has been an unprecedented crisis in our country and in our world. The vaccine news is out, Emily. They've talked about vaccines, right?
Absolutely. We're hearing different dates every day. I think in the beginning they felt like a lot of the public was going to have the opportunity to get the vaccination that wants it within the first quarter of 2021. I think they're pushing that a little bit just because of supply. And so I think they're looking more toward the first 6 months of 2021, but
all right, so we've heard about vaccines, and we're talking about getting into a new market, a 2021 market. January through almost April, May usually is our best time to sell a house because inventory is at its lowest. Well, we're heading into 2021 with the lowest amount of inventory we've ever seen metro-wide. We're sub 4,000 homes on the market. 4,000 homes sell every month, essentially. So if no new homes were listed, we would go through all the inventory.
It would all be exhausted.
Right. So as we head into 2021, your first expectation can be that inventory and trends when it comes to inventory are probably going to stay pretty consistent.
Yeah, I think they're going to stay low. I do think as we hit the new year, we are going to see a little bit of an increase in inventory simply because there are people that have to sell. Not everybody who is moving has a choice. A lot of people have to move because for economic reasons, they have a job change, they have a transfer, they lost their job and the economics have hurt them in 2020. They're elderly and they need to get out of their house that's too much for them. They have a growing family and through the quarantine and school at home and work at home, they've realized their space is way too small for them.
Right.
A lot of these people have been sitting on the fence waiting until things open up, until they feel a little more comfortable.
So a transitional market, right? I think we're going to be in some sort of a transitional market as we go from January through about April of this year. I think what we're experiencing in the market right now is going to stay consistent January through April.
Absolutely.
I think we're going to see multiple offers on property. I think we're going to see low inventory. I think we're going to see buyer demand to stay pretty consistent. Because a lot of people are realizing that the homes they're in right now have a lot. Well, it's not right. They don't have the right space, right? They're working from home and they're schooling from home. But the other thing is, think about all the value people have in their homes now.
Exactly.
Because of 2020, we're probably up 10 to 15% on most people's values at home. They want to trade up.
Exactly. And interest rates are still really low.
Right.
That is still getting them in a market that, they can buy more than they ever could in the past.
Right. So interest rates right now are at 2.72%. And all the indications from the national economists, from what we're hearing, is that those interest rates are probably going to stay pretty low while this demand stays pretty consistent. I just don't see that dynamic changing. So talking about interest rates being so low, how is that affecting buyer behavior when it comes to the kind of houses they're selecting and the condition of the houses they're selecting?
Yeah, we're seeing more and more buyers spending more because they can afford more due to the low interest rates. However, in spending more, they want the house to be in better shape, right? They want the house to be move-in ready. They don't want to move into, let's say that $600,000 home is kind of at the top of their market for their young family. They don't want to move into a home they're going to end up pouring another $50,000 into. They simply can't afford it. We've talked about this in some of our other videos that we have a lot of buyers out there that have two working
situations,
and
while they're trying to homeschool.
And they're homeschooling and they have kids. And they have the money to put into the down payment and to make a really healthy mortgage payment on a monthly basis, but they don't have the bandwidth or the additional cash to do the fix-up. They're looking for homes that are move-in ready in good shape.
So if you're a seller and you're thinking about selling this coming year, 2021, I really recommend that you tune in to some of our other webinars we're going to do here in the first quarter of 2021. Check out our website, www.denverseniorseminars.com. And I think as we head into 2021, we'll really start to see at some point a shift, a transitional market as we get more sellers out there.
Absolutely. As the vaccine becomes more readily available and as the spring goes on and we start heading into the warmer weather again, we're going to see a lot of people finally want to go for it and go to market. And I think more people than ever because a lot of people have been sitting on the fence for 9 months now, and they're going to sit on the fence for another 3 to 6 months. And then I think we're going to see a little bit of a boom in that late spring of more homes hitting the market.
And just as a company, we have an array of services that I think a lot of folks just don't know. You're going to see a lot on this YouTube channel that you can go back through. And folks, 2021 is set up to be probably the best year that anyone's ever seen in real estate for Denver. And if you are a buyer or a seller and you want to be prepared, then you need to give us a call.
Right now is the time, really, to sit down and start preparing. Even if you're 6 months out for buying or selling, now is the time to start being prepared for it.
Right. We'll see you on our next video as we get into January with our market update.
Happy holidays.
Yeah, Merry Christmas.